Crypt Stalker strikes with old-school flair and relentless action. Its pixel art oozes retro vibes while the chiptune soundtrack pumps adrenaline through every stage. The challenge ramps up steadily, rewarding sharp reflexes and pattern recognition. Each level feels thoughtfully structured, with enemies and traps that demand focus. Boss battles are intense, never feeling unfair, just hard-earned. There's a purity to the gameplay that respects the player's time and skill. A throwback done right, packed with intensity and a heavy dose of nostalgia. One More Dungeon 2 is a roguelite dungeon crawler set in a fantasy realm full of mystery and danger. To survive, players have access to a wide range of weaponry and magical powers. The game includes three-dimensional exploration and fighting elements, dynamically generated levels, exciting boss encounters, 5 separate areas to explore, and a wide range of weaponry and magical powers. Players must design cunning plans to escape their grasp and traverse the perilous surroundings. Cycle Chaser H5 is a fast and fun ride that keeps the action moving at a steady pace. The controls feel tight and responsive, which makes weaving through enemies and obstacles satisfying. Stages never overstay their welcome, and each one pushes you to improve your timing and awareness. The retro-styled visuals have a charm that fits the arcade feel, while the music keeps energy levels high. It is one of those games that is easy to pick up for a quick run, yet keeps pulling you back to chase a higher score or smoother clear. Teen One Girl Army is a refreshing mix of puzzle strategy and dungeon crawling that feels both clever and approachable. Guiding Kim through grid-based levels is satisfying, especially as each stage asks for more planning and sharper moves. The combat keeps things lively with its mix of enemies and traps, rewarding patience and foresight. The art style is colorful and charming, giving personality to every corner of the maps. It strikes a nice balance between challenge and accessibility, making it easy to keep playing just one more level. The post-apocalyptic story follows two people on a journey through post-apocalyptic Russia, where they must adjust to shifting conditions and find their true identities. The protagonists will explore abandoned villages, fields, and forests, as well as unearth a covert underground complex. The adventure provides a comprehensive tour of many areas, along with intriguing things and hidden mysteries. They must scavenge for necessities such as food, batteries, and weaponry while on quests. Levelhead is a creative platformer that rewards both skill and imagination. The controls feel tight and responsive, making precision jumps satisfying while still offering enough flexibility for experimentation. The campaign is fun on its own, but the real hook is building and sharing custom levels. The editor is surprisingly deep yet approachable, letting ideas come to life without frustration. Browsing through community creations feels like an endless supply of fresh challenges. It's a game that encourages giving it lasting value that keeps drawing you back in.
Oh yeah! Whoa! Yo, make the ball go so bad! Whoa! Speed running, yeah!
Unrailed is a cooperative multiplayer game in which players collaborate to create a train track across dynamically generated environments. They must master random interactions with the people, enhance their train, and keep it from derailing. Each planet is unique, and players must overcome new obstacles to stay on track. You may upgrade your train with a variety of choices, such as an atomic engine, Craftswagon, or supercharged. Players can play together with up to 4 others or compete against their friends in a 2 versus 2 game. The Survivalist is a one-of-a-kind adventure game in which players hunt animals for food and confront supernatural foes. Quests can be obtained from a mysterious stranger or found washed up on the coast. The game has a variety of biomes and allows players to construct, survive, and share their knowledge with their pals. Because the mimic system permits monkeys to assist with daily work or raids, monkey control is critical for survival. Making the most of resources, such as creating axes or fruit smoothies, is the key to survival.
shall flow like a river, cleansing wickedness.
Inkulinati bursts with creativity, blending medieval manuscript art with brilliant tactical gameplay that feels both fresh and timeless. Every battle is a clever puzzle, packed with hilarious animations and unexpected strategies that keep the action lively. The hand-drawn aesthetic is absolutely charming, bringing an ancient world to life with personality and wit. Layers of depth reveal themselves the more one plays, making each decision feel meaningful. It's quirky, smart, and endlessly replayable, a true gem for those who love strategy with a whimsical twist.
Wait, it's my turn.
Wild Bastards is a stylish roguelike shooter with a distinct mix of first-person gunplay and tactical decision-making. Its comic book art direction pops with personality, while the cast of outlaw misfits keeps each encounter fresh. Strategic planning on the star map blends seamlessly with frantic firefights, creating a satisfying loop of risk and reward. The varied enemy types and evolving character upgrades encourage experimentation, making each run feel unique. This is a sharp and memorable ride through a chaotic space western. Castaway is an exciting game in which players are taken to a pixelated universe where they must save Martin, a devoted pet abandoned on a mystery island. Players must beat 3 bosses in the story mode to get access to the addicting survivor mode, which requires them to scale a 50-floor edifice with more difficult obstacles. The game is intended for everyone, from experienced gamers to newbies, and has engaging pixel art graphics, unique weapon powers, and a compelling music. Players may select between pacifist and invincible settings and test their abilities in speedrun mode. Heart&Slash is a 3D brawler roguelike that depicts the narrative of a compelling love romance between robots in a post-apocalyptic planet. Machines are the only survivors of human society in this apocalyptic scenario. Heart&Slash, on the other hand, is a difficult voyage. Each death results in a new randomly created level with a different set of weapons, equipment, foes, and hidden mysteries. This game provides a unique and challenging experience for players since it involves adaptation and inventiveness rather than mastery of a particular system. G-DARIUS HD is an excellent recreation of a classic shoot-'em-up, giving fiercey arcade action with a new gloss of polish. The varied level routes make each run intriguing, and the enemy capturing feature adds strategic complexity. The boss fights are a great highlight, with gigantic mechanical marine creatures that put your reflexes to the test. The HD images preserve the beauty of the original while boosting clarity, while the soundtrack is moody as ever. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the series, this is a must-play for shoot-'em-up players. Andro Dunos II takes players on an epic side-scrolling voyage through space, allowing them to engage in violent fights and destroy opposing vessels with numerous weaponry. Players may improve their ship's powers by collecting power-ups from destroyed enemies. The game has spectacular visuals and visual effects, hard boss battles, and several difficulty levels to fit all skill levels. Online leaderboards allow players to compete for top scores and bragging rights. Hidden mysteries and Easter eggs are sprinkled throughout the game to encourage exploration and curiosity. My Hero 1's Justice takes the flashy battles of the anime and turns them into fast, energetic fights that feel true to the series. The roster is full of fan favorites, each with moves that reflect their quirks in fun and distinct ways. Stages are interactive, so fights spill into walls and obstacles, making every match exciting to watch and play. Controls are easy to pick up but leave room for learning combos and strategy. It feels like a real treat for anyone who enjoys competitive fighters and wants action that looks just as wild as the show. Roar of Revenge is a compact action platformer that wears its retro inspirations proudly. The game keeps things straightforward, focusing on tight levels filled with enemies, traps, and secrets to uncover. Combat feels satisfying, with simple but responsive attacks that encourage careful timing rather than button mashing. The pixel art is colorful and charming, paired with a soundtrack that suits the adventurous tone. It isn't a long game, but the challenge invites repeated attempts, and the sense of progress is rewarding. It's a fun, no-frills throwback worth playing. Silent Hope shines with its atmospheric world and satisfying dungeon crawling loop. Each character brings unique combat styles, encouraging experimentation and smart strategy. The visual design is vibrant, and the soundtrack enhances the sense of mystery without overwhelming. Crafting and upgrading gear adds depth, keeping progression engaging. Story beats unfold at a steady pace, rewarding curiosity with rich lore. A solid adventure that quietly grows more engaging the deeper it goes, making every return trip to the abyss feel worthwhile. Orion Haste is an action-packed platform shooter transports players on a thrilling trip through 7 chaotic levels teeming with alien dangers. As a human warrior stationed in a military outpost, you are responsible for rescuing humanity from annihilation. With a classic gaming hero's weapons, you must defeat gigantic bosses and conquer unusual obstacles. The game has explosive run and gun combat techniques, 7 challenging levels, and a retro visual style. Evil Diary is a stylish action platformer with a sharp focus on fast, responsive combat. Every encounter feels tense but fair, encouraging quick reflexes and smart movement. The game keeps things engaging with a mix of dark atmosphere and smooth pacing, making each run feel rewarding. Controls are tight, visuals have a moody charm, and the soundtrack fits the tone perfectly. It's the kind of game that rewards practice while keeping you hooked for just one more attempt. A compact but memorable ride that feels worth the time. Gone Home delivers a deeply immersive narrative experience that captivates from start to finish. The game presents a beautifully crafted environment filled with subtle details that encourage exploration and discovery. Its storytelling unfolds naturally, drawing players into an emotional journey through the eyes of its characters. The atmospheric sound design and thoughtful writing combine to create a compelling mood that stays long after playing. This title provides a unique blend of mystery and heartfelt moments, making it a must-try for fans of story-driven adventures.
To tell my sister everything. And if I can't do it in person, because she's off.
So many altered.
Eternal Threads is a narrative-driven puzzle game that feels both thoughtful and rewarding. The premise of changing past choices to alter future outcomes is engaging, and the branching paths give a real sense of control over the story. Watching how small actions ripple into bigger consequences keeps each decision meaningful. The cast is well written, and the unfolding mystery holds attention from start to finish. The pacing encourages experimentation without pressure, making it easy to sink hours into piecing everything together.
All we can do is try to fix it one piece at a time.
Bilkins Folly is a narrative adventure game about a child and his dog, Percy, who must traverse a complex environment. Players may use Percy's cartography talents to modify their map, allowing them to solve puzzles and discover hidden mysteries. Their friendship with Drayton allows them to earn points towards new talents and explore new regions. The game includes unique islands, enchantments for sailors, and encounters with odd locals. Players may personalize their terrain, collect marine animals, compete in treasure hunts, and play entertaining minigames. Kamaeru A Frog Refuge is a charming and thoughtful game that rewards patience and care. Building a safe haven for frogs feels both relaxing and satisfying, with every small detail contributing to a sense of progress. The hand-drawn art style gives it a warm personality, and the gentle music ties it all together without distraction. Gameplay strikes a nice balance between simple tasks and meaningful choices, making each session enjoyable. It's the kind of game that's easy to pick up, unwind with, and slowly watch your little refuge thrive. Ankora Lost Days is a delightful survival experience that seamlessly integrates exploration, crafting, and storytelling. As Mun, a stranded space explorer, you must adapt to the colorful, hand-painted environment of Ankora, conquering obstacles using tools you make along the way. The slow pace, warm environment, and absence of fighting make for a soothing experience, ideal for unwinding. The world seems alive, with mysteries to be discovered, and progress is satisfying. If you prefer quiet, exploration-driven games with touching images, this is a pleasant adventure you should take. Ambition Record is a turn-based RPG that feels like a love letter to classic adventures while still adding its own charm. The story moves at a steady pace, with enough twists to keep things interesting without dragging on. Battles are straightforward but engaging, and there's a good balance between strategy and accessibility. The pixel art and music give it a nostalgic feel that's easy to enjoy. It's not about reinventing the genre, but about giving players a dependable, well-crafted journey that's satisfying from beginning to end. Cast of the Seven Godsends is a retro 2D action shooter that transports gamers to the golden age of arcade gaming. The game features King Kandar, who must rescue his son from the wicked Emperor Zeraima, who has stolen Darika's heir. The game has 6 immersive realms, 4 difficulty levels, and a range of challenges. To overcome the many bosses and adversaries, players must employ God-given armor, weapons, and spells. The game features 4 difficulty levels, checkpoint save places, and a variety of techniques for defeating more than 50 foes.
Mysterious man's hand, accepting the...
Summertime Madness offers a surreal, dreamlike journey through a beautifully hand-painted world that feels like stepping into a moving canvas. With its calming atmosphere, clever puzzles, and emotional undertones, it presents a refreshing break from action-heavy titles. The visual storytelling captivates from start to finish, paired with an ambient soundtrack that enhances the overall experience. Each environment feels meticulously crafted, evoking a sense of wonder and introspection. It's a captivating escape that provides a thoughtful and artistic experience unlike most puzzle adventure games. Journey of the Broken Circle offers a beautifully crafted experience that blends thoughtful storytelling with charming puzzle platform gameplay. The narrative is both heartfelt and engaging, exploring themes of self-discovery in a way that resonates deeply. The art style is simple yet striking, perfectly complementing the emotional tone. Gameplay mechanics are smooth and intuitive, making progression satisfying without being frustrating. This game stands out as a memorable indie title that encourages reflection while providing a genuinely enjoyable challenge. Eternal Hope is a thoughtful puzzle platformer that captures attention with its quiet charm. The game follows a boy searching for his lost love, moving between the living world and the shadowy beyond. Its hand-drawn art is gentle and expressive, giving each scene a storybook quality that fits the emotional tone. Puzzles are straightforward but satisfying, keeping the pace steady without frustration. The atmosphere invites reflection, while the journey feels personal and moving. The journey feels personal, touching in a way that lingers after the credits. Alphadia Genesis 2 is a strong follow-up that feels both familiar and fresh. The turn-based combat is easy to pick up but still offers enough depth to stay engaging throughout long battles. The story moves at a steady pace with characters who grow on you the more time you spend with them. The art style and music set a consistent tone that matches the game's mood without feeling overdone. It is a solid RPG that respects your time while giving plenty of content to explore, making it an enjoyable pick for fans of the genre.
白のエナジの民たちのためにお心のまま